Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh players. I want to do an overview of the first set of the progression format that we'll be playing. To be announced, to be determined. But I would like to start with Legend of Blue Eyes, even though a couple of the players I've talked to in my chats are a little bit resistant to the idea because, well, it's a kind of a boring format. But I just want to start fresh personally from the Legend of Blue Eyes with my little caveats put in with like the Yugi starter deck or the Kaiba starter deck for you to choose from, and then etc. Like having a card store that you'd be able to augment your deck to make it at least a little bit playable, so that there would be a little bit of player interaction. From the video of me and my buddy Yu-Gi-Oh and Chill / Delix, please subscribe to his channel, Yu-Gi-Oh and Chill. Really nice channel, really cool, a lot better of a Yu-Gi-Oh player than me, a lot more. Um, Yu-Gi-Oh, he likes Edison and Hat and all these other things. Like, he's super into Yu-Gi-Oh. It's his most played game ever, and he's super knowledgeable and super friendly guy. You should go subscribe to his channel. Okay, so now I think that with in dueling him, we had a couple cool player interactions that would make for an exciting starting point for the tournament. Um, the tournament of worlds, progression series, super duper, hooper scooper. But yeah, so I just want to like kind of break down the cards a little bit, and like kind of what's going on in the format for Legend of Blue Eyes, and then if I have time, pull 24 packs separately. If not, I'll just do an open all whatever, just to showcase how we would get our cards and then what we would do, get them into to like how work the collection or whatever. So this is LLB, Legend of Blue Eyes. It's kind of cool that the whole set is only 250, but I'm sure LLB cards in good condition would probably cost thousands of dollars. Anyway, so and there we got 22 rares. So we got Dragon Capture Jar, which is obviously a two-stop Blue Eyes White Dragon themed cards or whatever. So it was like the Yugi versus Kaiba pretty much play styles. We have Arm Ninja, which is a flip card that destroys a spell on the field, and it's like spot removal for it's a slow spot removal monster for spells, which will be very relevant later as the time goes on. So you want to try to pull a lot of these. Hain, select one monster in the field, return it to its owner hand. It is the counterpart of Man-Eater Bug, and it's a rare, so it's very easy to get these into your deck, but they're powerful in Legend of Blue Eyes, but they're even more powerful as the game progresses too. So this is really nice to try to get early. Reaper of Cards is a tribute summon trap eater, trap destroyer thing, and it is just nice having Arm Ninja and Reaper of Cards be rare so that people do enter the game with some spot removal. Plus, then there's spot removal in the Kaiba and the Yugi deck as well. So then that would give us like a rounded way to deal with back row that people might pull. Like Chain Energy was a big problem in our last progression that everybody voted to ban it or limit it, which was kind of silly, but in my opinion, but having these cards allows those cards to be played and keeps them in check at the same time. We have a bunch of fusions that all suck, but pulling this type of stuff, um, that was the reason for my idea with a card store, that we would have some sort of mechanic where you can break these cards down into materials or currency that you could use to then build your deck up or buy cards or save it up or whatever, just so you can feel like you got some value from pulling them, even though they may be shit. Plus, then also like when instant fusion cards like instant fusion and stuff come out, these become kind of playable. Or maybe there'll be some fun interactions later in the game. We got Aquamador, Giant Soldier of Stone, and the Spirit of the Harp, and these are your big booty bitches. These are your big booty bitches that will come out. And they'll come in clutch because these are 4-star defenders that you can set and protect your life points, because most of the 4-stars do not have cards to get over 2,000 attack, require 2 cards. So these cards are kind of like your nice defense. Legend of Blue Eyes is more of a defensive, slow, methodical back and forths where you think you're about to lose, but then you top decked an Aquamador, and now you're allowed to camp for 5 turns, and their card advantage becomes kind of worthless because there's not a lot of things to dig for. There's only a few plays in this set. But anyway, Final Flame, just some random burn. Fissure, another. This card is very strong. You get one in the Kaiba and the whatever deck, just really good for spot removal, really good for the format. But if you can set up and play well, this card is a lot less destructive to your game plan, but it also deals with the big booty bitches. But these are kind of whatever. But then we also have Pot of Greed, and there were players in our progression. This may seem OP if somebody pulls 3 of these, but was the first card to get banned in our series. And the players that did pull 3 did not have a significant advantage over those who did not, because the cards you're digging for or not that good. Stop Defense, very powerful card. Very nice little spot removal, pseudo spot removal for these big booty bitches. And it's just nice to pull these because they do come in handy later in the game too for forcing flip effects to go off without putting yourself at risk as well. Like when man-eater bugs and stuff, you could start with a man-eater bug and then it has to kill itself if you stop to fence it. So it's pretty cool. Two-pronged attack. It's an okay card. It's nothing to write home about, but it's still spot removal, which makes it kind of good in its uses. The main reason why I want the card store is because of the Exodias and just the random jank that you can pull that make you just feel really bad because you could pull a Blue Eyes or a Monster Reborn, but then you pull 3 left legs of the Forbidden One, and then you want to cry. So that's another reason for the card store. So we have Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, God of the Fierce Knight, Red Eyes, Black Dragon, which are very cool cards to pull, and they do become more powerful in the future, very far future. But then just that chance to pull another Monster Reborn is super cool. Kaiba deck and starter deck. The starter decks do come with a Monster Reborn, and getting an extra one would be sweet. Then we get into our short prints, which are all these equip spells, and this is essentially what the format turns into: is an equip spell. Build your big booty, build your big boy up as big as possible, and then try to swing, and then just hope they don't have an answer for it. Short print, same thing. Now we get into our super rares. Man-eater bug, arguably the best monster in the format, because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Pulling this too, just the random amount of jank. Don't want to say it again one more time, but we just got so much jank in this format that it would just be nice to break down for currency for you to build a little bit better deck. Maybe you can break down all your jank and buy one Rikeki if you're not scared of the ban list, or buy a Pot of Greed or something like that. But we do have Curse of Dragon, which is really nice. 1 tribute, 2k beater. Dark Hole, Polymerization, which would be really cool. I want to probably include Polymerization into the card store because there was a lot of fusions that people really couldn't play because they couldn't, nobody was pulling any Polymerizations. And they don't, there's just no way to get certain cards like this to allow certain play styles into the format. So it's just like very, very, it's the one, I wanted to say it was diverse, but it was also limited at the same time. And I want the card store to provide an option for that. Then you got Trap Hole, Swords of Revealing Light, Regeki, very powerful cards. The Secret Rares, Super Booty versus like an OK 2 Tribute. And then we have a bunch of garbage. So essentially the best things in these common pile are let me find you. You know, Forest, Mountain, Sogen, etc. Umi's really good. Carries forward later really well. And Yami, that's okay. But then you have a bunch of 4 stars. What you want to pull is stuff like Green Phantom King because it's got 1600 defense. And then you want to pull, if I can find anything, Skull Redbird is the highest 4-star monster that you can pull, and it was very powerful. Urabi was very strong because it was 1500, and then Witty Phantom. These were like the main monsters that you wanted to pull because you could pump them up. Like if you were lucky enough to pull a Skull Redbird, Skull Redbird with a Follow Wind and a Mountain, you were in a very, very strong position because you could put 500 attack on it. You can make your Skull Redbirds 2050 and just make them really strong. Also then Remove Trap. Very, very powerful card to pull. So, okay. So I think I got through all those pretty well. Everything else is kind of jank, which is, again, card store. Yep. And there's other 1200 beaters, 1300 beaters, and it just becomes a game of war, but with a little bit of complexity. So I have a little bit of time here. We got 8 minutes in, so let's just open the packs and just flip them, see what we can see. Reaper of Cards pull. See, garbage. Want to break it down. I know you guys can't really see it, but I'm just trying to speed through it. Pulled the Forest, not bad. Forest again, pulled the Monster Reborn. That's really nice. Now we got 2 Monster Reborns in this deck, with hypothetically. Giant Soldier Stone, really nice to pull. Garbage. Reaper of Cards again, not bad. So now we got to place it a Reaper of Cards, I think. At least 2, you know what I'm saying? So now we got Trap Removal, plus Trap Master. Play set. And then also pulling 4. That's also why I want to break down cards. Trihorn Dragon, 2-star Tribute Beater, nice. Giant Soldier Stone, Dark Hole, really good. Dark Magician, pretty cool. Remove Trap, really nice. Hain, really nice. Yami, really nice. Skull Redbird, Mountain, pretty good. 2-pronged attack, not bad. Garbage. Urabi, pretty good. Trihorn Dragon, Forest, not bad. Wasteland, not bad. Plus we're pulling these equip spells, so all those are pretty decent too, but this is kind of garbage. There's like 5 kind of garbage packs, see what I'm saying? The card store, Fissure, really nice. Urabi, really nice. That's a good pack. Arm Ninja, I wish I had more. So okay, let's just go down to the bottom here. So we pulled 3 playset of Skull Redbird, so we have a really good pull here. Hane 1. Okay, so we have 1, a little bit of spot removal. So I would want to choose the Yugi for sure, just so I have that Maneater Bug. 2 Giant Soldier Stone, Spirit of the Harp. We have a lot of tribute, so this is like an aggro deck. So now we have 1 Fissure, 1 Dark Hole, so we have spot removal, plus what we get in the starter decks. See what I'm saying? If you only pull 1 Fissure, I pulled 3, so I had a significant advantage over other people. But if now we have the starter deck, so now we get a Fissure and a Monster Reborn, but now I get to play 2 Fissure, 2 Monster Reborn, 2 Dark Hole. You know what I'm saying? And that sounds really OP, but everybody else is going to have opportunities to do this too. Okay. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So how we would do this is there's a button now to add to collection here. Oop. And then we go to the cards, collection, leave. I might have extra cards in here because I was messing around. Yes, I do. But then you would look through here, and then you would go to build your deck. Should be like a deck builder. Deck builder. And then you would do sort by or filter cards. Use user collection. Bam. Now it's only showing you your collection, and then you can just move them in. And then essentially, you would just export it as a YDK, and then we would go to duelingbook.com. Deck constructor. Import deck. YDK or XML file, which would be in your download folder. Import the deck, save it. Now you have your deck ready for tournament. So that's kind of how it would go down and whatever. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy, and I hope I can get some players so we can actually start getting some content for the series going for everybody. But peace out, Girl Scout. Till next video.